Welcome to another episode of Salvage 1 Bus Life Adventures. Alright, if you watched the last episode, you saw that we cleaned the bus from top to bottom. That was the ceiling, the walls, the floors, removed all that gum, everything. It was just a total nasty mess. We also started building the kitchenette, so we started cutting the wood for that, and I think you saw a brief little clip of that at the end. And now for this episode, we continue on with the build of the kitchenette. And the reason we need to have a kitchenette is to meet the Motor Vehicle Division of Arizona's requirements for what makes a motorhome. So if you want to convert a commercial vehicle, say a bus, into a motorhome so that you don't have to pay the crazy commercial fees and the commercial insurance, and you want it titled and as a motorhome, you need to meet a list of, there's 6 requirements on there. 4 of them you have to meet as a minimum. They'd like to see you put a little effort in and do 5 or 6, but if you do at least 4, they'll let you pass. Part of that is a cooking facility with an onboard fuel source, a gas or electric refrigerator, a toilet with exterior evacuation, so that is, in their minds, at least a tube that runs through the floor into a tank or to the ground for urine. The other stuff can do whatever you want, whether it's what do you call those things, composting, or goes into a black tank. That's up to you, but they want to at least see a tube that goes to the outside of the vehicle for the urine. A heater or air conditioning system with an onboard powered or fuel source separate from the vehicle engine. So they don't want to have a factory AC unit that runs off of the vehicle, attaches to the engine and has a compressor. They want to see some sort of cooling or heating source that operates independently of the vehicle. So I chose a buddy heater for that one. Runs off of propane, and that met the requirement. Then we have a potable water supply system that includes at least a sink, a faucet, and a water tank with an exterior service supply connection. So you've all seen those. You've seen the little ports on the outside of the buses where water, you plug a hose in from your campsite into the side of the vehicle, and then it fills water tanks, and you run all your system from that. I managed to get around that by having a battery-operated water tank inside the bus. A hose went down into it, and one end went into the water tank, one end went to a electric battery-operated faucet. So when you press the press the faucet, water came out of the faucet, and that met the requirement. So I managed to get around there. Then they have a 110 by 125 volt electric power supply. So I had that. I had I don't think you've seen that yet in this videos, but we'll show that down the road in another upcoming episode. But it's called a Bonsai brand, and it's a solar generator. So you can charge it either with solar panels, or you can plug it into a house AC current, or you could plug it into your vehicle's DC electrical system and charge it that way. And that puts out a 125, has a tiny little inverter in it, and it'll put out a 120, 125 volt, so you can plug in a refrigerator or something, a little tiny refrigerator unit. So I was able to meet the requirements that way. I had a little tiny refrigerator, and I had that 12 volt power source. Then they have a little addendum at the side. It's not one of the 6 things, but it is something they like for you to do, or like for you to meet. The maximum length of a motorhome shall not exceed 45 feet, including the front and rear bumpers. All right, everybody, we are back on the bus. Day number, 8 or 9 actual day that we get to work on the bus. Not since we've started the project, but actual day to get to work on the bus. We have all the seats out. We have the walls and floors and ceilings and everything cleaned. We started construction on the kitchenette, what you would call a kitchenette, where you have the sink and the stovetop and the refrigerator and everything all built into one unit. So this way it's not spread all over the full length of the bus. Everything's contained into one space. We're going to have the buddy heater off to a side. And slowly but surely we are producing a bus that one can travel in and be comfortable on. It's not going to be these fancy things with all the live edge countertops and rooms divided with walls, and it's not going to be anything like that. That's not how I envision the bus. The bus I envision has all the bus windows. Everything's going to be visible from inside, outside. I want it to feel like you're on a bus and that you're having an adventure. I don't want it to be a mobile house. If I wanted to have a Class C or Class A RV, I would have got a Class C or Class A RV. I want to have a bus experience. So that's what I'm doing. This is going to be my version of a bus. That's basically where we're at. So let me flip this camera around, see if you can get a picture of everything. I don't know how that's going to work. Alrighty, so here we are, flipped around. I am sitting approximately 10 feet, 8 to 10 feet away from the driver's seat inside the bus. So this is still, 20, 30 something feet. This is a big honker bus. I mean, this thing's 40 foot long. It's gonna have a lot of space in it. This table here, that's not where it's gonna live. That's just there now. So all the packages that are coming in for all the stuff I need for the build comes in. We process it. I build it out, put it in as needed, and then the boxes will go out the back door. Things will get up here and worked on, and then move to where they're gonna be in the bus. And then eventually all that'll be cleaned out, and that'll be a bed area, one of the bed areas. Anyways, and here is the start of the kitchenette. I know it's nothing fantastic, but it's going to get the job done, and it will be past the MVD, Arizona's MVD requirements. So there will be a freshwater tank there, catch water tank there. I'm thinking I'm going to put the generator, the solar power unit somewhere around there, maybe modified a little bit, I'm not sure. Over here is going to be the propane tank, 20-pound propane tank. So up here, cut into the countertop, sunk into the countertop, is going to be the built-in Flame King stove. We're going to have a clear space there. And then over here is going to be a round sink. I got a stainless steel mixing bowl that I'm going to cut the bottom out of a hole, and I'm going to put the drain and everything into it, and everything will run underneath. Then there'll be a little pump that sits on the top, on the little post that's going to stick out where the tube runs down into the fresh water. So it'll draw water up and out of the spigot and into the bowl, so that'll meet the running water requirement. And slowly as I put it together, I'll take pictures and little video clips of it as it's going together. And, it is what it is. I got a bunch of other things too to go in. I got cots, and I got some window screens that are going to go in. So these windows here, they'll go open up 10 inches, and then the screen will fit into that 20, I believe that was 22 and a half inch or so wide, 22 inch wide. So I got the stuff to fit that. So I'll have 2 screens on one side and 2 screens on the other when I open up the windows and park. And this way it'll allow some air to flow through, because I have no roof vents. I have the emergency roof panels with no actual fans or anything. So you know, we'll just allow some airflow to go through. It won't be perfect, but it'll be good enough. And that's where we're at. Alrighty, so we're in the middle of building. And my floor, I had it all spick and span, nice and clean. And then I started building on the inside, got it all scuffed up again. So we'll have to do yet another floor cleaning before it's all said and done. But that's where we're at now, guys. Let me see if I can flip this back around again. Hold on. Alrighty, so that's where we're at. And gonna start building, and y'all take pictures and little video clips throughout the day of what I'm doing, and hopefully we can progress a lot. My plan is to get the holes for the sink and the holes for the range top at least cut in today, get the sides put on the cabinet, and things like that. Just try and get a progress done. Take a little break and come back out and commence drilling and cutting. I now have let's see if I can show you this. I now have the holes cut. I have the periphery done for the sink, the outline. So that's where I want to cut here. Make sure I get that. And then I gotta widen these out a little bit, hog the holes out a little bit to fit the drains. And actually this is all going to get knocked out, so that hole doesn't matter. This one's what's going to matter. Then in the bottom of this bowl, I'm going to have to cut out that center, that very center, to the same size as the drain I bought. And then I'll mount that in, and I'll have my sink and my faucet post. And then we should be pretty much done. I think I'm going to build down here. I'm going to build a cross piece. I'm going to figure out where the jugs and propane bottle are going to sit. And then I'm going to build a little bar out of that piece of wood that's sitting there. I'm going to build a bar that goes across, and you can lift it in and out so that it'll help hold the bottles and jugs and everything in place. And then I think I can officially be done with this, and that should be enough to pass. That should be enough to pass the inspection requirements for MVD. And that's where we're at. So I'm going to drink some more water, and then I'm going to put this thing down on a surface somewhere where it can record me working, and you can continue to laugh at my stupidness. Yeah. And tell me in the comments below just how much better you would have done it, because that's what I want to know. Okay, I know it doesn't look like a lot happened, but actually did. Got the sink mounted. Got a bottle underneath. I'm going to readjust the pipe length to make that work, and then I make room for so that's the drainage one, and then I got to make room for the actual freshwater reservoir. And then in that corner there, again, we're going to put the propane bottle. The hose and everything is attached already. So I just got to get a propane bottle, put it in, but the hose is attached to the oven, or to the stovetop. I had to, shot vac the whole area because it was all covered in sawdust and garbage, but got that all done. Then I got to maybe just clean this thing up a little. Still got the sides to put on, but I'm going to call it for today because I got to go get some other stuff done. But we did get another 3.5, 4 hours worth of work done. Again, doesn't look like it, but we did. So that's where we're at. Still got a big old pile of Amazon boxes to open with all the goodies inside and get them all set up and ready, but we're getting closer to inspection day. And with that said, I am going to hang up. Hold on 1 second. Let me reverse this. Can I reverse it from here? No. Hold on. Getting all the trash picked up that we've accumulated over the week. And again, I don't know if I showed you this. So solar generator is now working. That's the solar panels for it. This will all hide under here. I gotta fix those curtains so that they hang a little better. But now this thing is all pretty much done. It's got the sides on it. It's got the water recovery tanks inside. I just covered this up so sun wouldn't bake it. There's your battery operated faucet. Has a tube that runs down into tanks underneath. There's your tanks. We got an overflow and we got the water, fresh water and overflow. And over here will be the propane tank in there. Here's the little fridge that's gonna go in. Let's see what else we got. Oh, well, the sink basin itself, and we got the stove top here. So Flame King 2-burner stove would be nice. Here's the for when I get the propane bottle. This will be the dual thing because I'm gonna have the stove's gonna come out of this nozzle, and then this one's gonna go to the buddy heater, which is over here. And I bought the hose with the adapter and everything so it fits into the side of the buddy heater, which is already plugged in. And all of that together combined should... Oh, and then I got to set up a cot back here, little bed area. So that should meet all the requirements. Should have a sink with running water, should have a sleeping area like a bed, should have a oven or stove with its own fuel source. And it should have a heater that has a fuel source that is not the engine. And I'll have a solar generator, so I'll have a generator that doesn't require the bus to run. But, alrighty, I know it doesn't look like it's changed much. It technically really hasn't, but we are getting projects done. Slowly but surely. Just old guy working at whatever pace I can do with the time I got. And with that said, I'm out of here. Ciao.